Hey, this is Garrett Gunderson. Welcome to Wealth Factory. This is our headquarters. And you can see over here we have a timeline. And really, a lot of our company began because of something that happened in 1913. Due to excessive taxation from the government and the mob, my great-grandfather had to flee in order to come to America, get on a train, make it all the way to Utah, of all places, to become a coal miner. Didn't even speak English. And you know, that really changed our family's financial future. But deep down, I thought, what if he had what we teach at Wealth Factory? Would he have had to be separated from his family? Would it all be about hard work? And no matter how hard he worked, he never got more wealth? So I feel this really deep-seated passion around this. Now, next to him is my grandfather, who's definitely my hero. Sure, he was a coal miner, but he had two businesses. They were on the side. One, as you can see, he played the accordion, which is very Italian, obviously. He would go and play in bands on the weekends at all these weddings and all these great, festivities. And then he was a TV repairman and a TV salesman of the Zenith TV, if you remember those. They're like a huge hunk of furniture. And he would always get, accolades from the community, and I'd always go right along with him in his little red van and get to meet all these people he was serving, and they loved him. They would make him food, and they would talk about him all the time. So I love my grandfather. And you know what? He was really concerned about me being an entrepreneur, even though he planted the seed, because he was separated from his family because of not having their money handled, not knowing what to do, and it really bred scarcity within them. And that's why I know no amount of luck, saving, discipline, rate of return, financial advisor, or even loving family can save you if you're in the scarcity mindset. It's the greatest destroyer of wealth. I started my financial career in 1998. It was June of 1998, but unfortunately I just peddled mutual funds and life insurance, and that's not really financial planning, it's just financial products. It wasn't that personal because no matter what questions I asked, I was always just taught by the institutions how to build rapport and how to sell, not how to truly create economic independence or not even understand what financial freedom was, and realize that just because there's products doesn't mean there's a comprehensive plan that's going to work and withstand the test of time. So this first one, I think this is hilarious because I have a shaved head. You don't see much gray, even though I was called the skunk early on in my life because I got this gray hair right down the middle. I have fake glasses so I could seem even smarter. So at 22, people would still listen to me. But the thing about that is, that's when I formed a partnership with 3 other guys where we just said, we're going to figure out what is it that the wealthy truly do. We're going to travel around. We're going to ask questions that no one else is asking. And it was a transformative experience where we really started to learn, why if only the minority are wealthy is everyone listening to the majority? Is it really about sacrificing and scrimping and saving and budgeting and handing your money over to Wall Street and putting your money in retirement plans? That's been a failed financial system and a failed experiment. So we start to uncover there were other things that you could do, and we wanted to bring that to entrepreneurs to liberate them, to be able to live a better life, to make sure their financial house is in order, and most importantly, create economic independence so they could choose to swing for the fences in any vision they had with their business. In 2006, it was actually December, I went to Phoenix and I mapped out a program called the Freedom Fast Track. You can kind of see the original illustrations here, looking at wealth in 5 tracks, not just financial, but really in purpose, in mindset, in health, and really in the social life that we have and quality of life behind it. So you see that represented here. Mindset that's about prosperity, not just about scrimping and saving and sacrificing. It was about that same liberation I had, leaving a small town and thinking it was all about the hard work, but hard work with the wrong philosophy still equals financial frustration, bankruptcy, or in my great-grandfather's case, separation for a while. And then I even, in high school, went to 2 programs, Governor's Honors Academy for the top 50 students in Utah. Fortunately, the 50th dropped out and I got in as the 51st student, but it was 10 days meeting scientists and entrepreneurs and meeting some of the brightest students, and it forever changed and expanded my mind. Or I went and won the entrepreneurial competition for SIFE, Students in Free Enterprise, at Southern Utah University. So I now take a percent of all of my revenue, 1%, and put it back into these 2 programs and actually host entrepreneurial pitch competitions for rural young entrepreneurs and fund and even speak at Governor's Honors Academy so that people that don't have the financial access to get this information but are bright people, we can invest in them and have some of the same experiences I had. Now, this is kind of the seminal work. This here's the wealth book. If we open it up, you're going to see it's a multimedia package. There's video integrated with one of the most beautiful magazines that helps people walk through our entire fast track process or our wealth architecture premium process, which is our one-on-one program that builds the comprehensive financial team, that emphasizes legacy, that's about how you achieve economic independence in a much shorter time. And so you only get a sense and a taste of it here unless you work with us. And then this is a big part of Wealth Factory. It's legacy. And I've been loving this in my own life, this is the first illustration we made for our family crest with really cool symbols like 4 candles to light the legacy with my wife and my 2 kids for future generations, to the guitar, which me and my son play, but just overall figuring out our talents and going out there and performing with those rather than just being entertained, adventure and travel, infinite love, like soul purpose. So it's really cool that we've created this, and our clients have all been creating this. And then we even have a family mission statement that happens through one of our Wealth Factory workshops that I attended, even though I was hosting it. And you can see even the family that I have here and our cabin that we bought as a representation of legacy, where we go and do a lot of these retreats, where we go and have a lot of fun. So I'm kind of trying to stack the odds for my kids to want to keep coming back in the future, even when they graduate, or even when they get married, or even if they move away, that they want to come back and hang out with us, because I see how could I invest in my heirs and create a legacy that lasts, using the principles of prosperity and everything that Wealth Factory has done for me and for everyone else. Because if my great-grandfather had it, he wouldn't have been separated from 7 years from his family, and he wouldn't have had a life of struggle and hard work. Even though he's bold and courageous, he could have built a life he loved. So what about you building a life you love and creating the legacy that you want to live and leave behind?